Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful that scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, you can obviously see I'm in a different location. I've just gone to visit family members for the next coming weeks, so I'll be back in my usual space after that. So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your twin flame reading for those twins who are currently in separation. The first pile will be your pile, the second pile will be your person's pile, and the third pile will be the unified energy of how things are going to come together. So let us begin. Now, I just want to make everyone aware, if anyone is mentally, physically, or emotionally abusive towards you, that is not a twin flame connection. That is more likely to be a false flame connection, and it will drain you of your beautiful love and waste your wonderful time, okay? Now, twin flames, they are more of a spiritual awakening rather than an actual physically romantic relationship. It's a process that prepares people to release lower vibrational energy that keeps us stuck in fear, addictions, and patterns, and even unhealthy attachments. So it's a very intense inner vibrational transformation, but it is a personal journey of discovery. And it's actually one that must be done alone, and that's why there is a separation period between twin flames. Now, this is something that is typical to form. It's not always the case, but it actually tends to be typical. And both parties, they tend to trigger each other. And, you know, twins, they tend to have had a very challenging journey before they even meet each other. And when they meet each other, they basically push and pull. There is this energy that is very intense and magnetic, but we have to separate in order to discover our true purpose and embrace unconditional love for self. And only then can the reunion process really take place. Now, the twin flame journey, of course, in order for it to be sustainable, there has to be unconditional love for self. So that's why there has to be a separation period between both. And I can see in your energy right now that there is major transformation going on in your relationship. I can see right now, though, that you just want the truth. You've got the Justice card there, and you're trying to balance out your life. And I feel also there is this sense of things feeling unfair. You may not even trust this person. It may have triggered trust issues within you or amplified things that perhaps you've already experienced in your life. Because twin flames, they are like magnets. I basically explain it like that because when you meet your twin, you're actually in the same vibration. You're twins for a reason. Now, if you think about the polarities of magnets, both identical, they attract each other but also repel each other. There is a space in between. Now, this space has a purpose. It is a pause, on purpose, of course, so that both parties can realign themselves with their sense of purpose, but also to heal things that they've experienced before they even met each other, okay? Now, often a healer is a person who triggers things within you so that you step up and lead and heal yourself. I want you to be aware of that. It's a formed sacred union, a result of shared difficulty and pain. And your twin reflects back to you your greatest strengths, but also your greatest weaknesses. And of course, you know, their presence is there to amplify and trigger healing in you, and you do the same, because it's a mirrored experience, a mirrored relationship. Now, there tends to be a runner and a chaser in a separation period. The chaser is a person who has already started an awakening, already on their spiritual journey, and they are willing to go to the depths of the relationship where they surrender to true love, which is very exposing. It can be a very vulnerable place to open yourself up to another and let them see you in all your glory. And of course, the runner tends to be avoiding parts of themselves already before they even meet their twin. Your job as the chaser is, if indeed you are the chaser in this dynamic, your job is there to basically hold up that mirror to your twin so they can see themselves fully and stop running from aspects of self. So they tend to avoid their feelings. They tend to push their twin away because they cannot face the things within themselves that they've been running away from their whole life. Okay, they are avoidant. So it's not a game. It's an energetic exchange. And remember the magnets, because when both parties change their frequencies, they come together in a match. But that frequency change must occur during an awakening, which is a separation of you and your twin to focus on your life's purpose and mission. Okay, now there's so many things out there to explain twin flames. I just thought I'd give you a bite-sized idea of what it means to be in a twin flame dynamic. So please check to see if you are in one or if you're in a false flame connection. This reading is for twins who are in separation. So let's see what's going on here with you. Now, we do have the Justice card here. So a lot of you, there is a sense of wanting the truth, wanting justice, but also it's you trying to harmonize your life. You're making some adjustments in your life. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. And this can indicate that you're showing your twin what it's like to be without you. You're trying to live your truth, to basically reevaluate and create balance and harmony in your life and heal from your experiences with this person. But, you know, the Justice card can indicate that you're trying to do what is right for you now. You're so fed up of this connection. You're done with so much that there's a bit of a course correction that's going on here. As you can see, this beautiful card there, we have the musical notes, which means you're connecting to your soul song, but also there is a shell, okay, as you can see that. So it's a clam there, it's like closed. So I want you to be aware that the energy that's coming out, and this may not resonate with everyone, but I just get this energy that, you know, you are closed off to this right now, or you've shut down on this because you're trying to do what is right for you at this time. You know, this pile is your pile, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles, which can indicate that you are all in with this person. You gave everything that you had to this connection. You love so deeply. You saw that this person would become part of your family lineage. You know, there is this energy of you investing in this connection where you know you have a soul contract with this person, but ultimately this Ten of Pentacles tells me that you thought about marriage or actually married this person. And the Nine of Cups indicates that, you know, when you first met this person, it was kind of like a dream come true. But, you know, there was a cold, hard truth that went along with this relationship. And, you know, the Justice card, it can indicate that there's been cause and effect in this relationship. So actions had consequences. And this is how you feel about your person. So you may feel with that Ten of Pentacles and the Justice card that this person had responsibilities or had some other focus. Doesn't have to be another person or third party situation. It can be that they had another focus and you feel they chose, they made their decision. And let's put it this way, nobody puts Leo in the corner, okay? You know, it's easier said than done to walk away from something like this, but the Justice card is a very detached card. So it can indicate that you're trying to be logical about this connection right now and try and understand what went down there. But at the same time, you're tempering, adjusting and balancing, harmonizing your approach to this. I also feel that to some degree, you know, there's moments of fluctuation, because if you think about the scales, it means you're judging this situation right now. You're in your head about it and you're trying to work out what went down, why. And, you know, I feel like you wanted to find a solution in this situation. I feel like you spoke your truth, but there may be, you know, something left unsaid there, something that you still need to say that occasionally you type out or save on your phone or write it out. That's what I'm seeing in the water right now. This may not resonate with everyone, but I feel you may have written like a little something that you thought you'd be ready to send this person if they ever reach out. Because looking at your person, we got Ace of Wands and we've got the King of Pentacles here. So this tells me that this person either was focused on their career or money. Okay, and the World card energy, for some of you, this can be that there's a distance. It may be a physical distance because the World card is present. But what I can see here is that this person, they're very passionate about you. You bring the magic, you bring the spark. And they actually felt very secure with you as well. But there's something here about their serious side. You know, there's this serious side about them where, I don't know how to put this. It's almost like they want to invest in this relationship, but I feel like they had some lessons to learn about balance themselves. They're pretty chaotic, but I feel this is based on the fact that they had a very serious or strict upbringing. Now, there's no excuses here. I'm not here to try and give anyone a way out or take sides. I'm here to try and understand, because looking at the energy, they've got the World card, so that means they felt you were their world, you know, to some degree, you were the whole package. You're everything they ever wanted. But the Ace of Wands can indicate that there is this desire to always be on the move, to always look for fresh new starts. There is this energy here of something where, you know, the King of Pentacles is to be very shrewd. And what I mean by that, as you can see, there's eyes on this card. So it indicates this person watches their back. It's like, I feel there is a trust issue in this relationship to some degree, and this is the root that needs to be healed. Now, whether this is on your side or whether this is on their side, I really cannot tell, because I'm being shown a mirror right now in the water, which indicates that it's projected energy, so it can flip in the energy. But I feel that right now you're in your head about this, and you know, I feel like you're trying to focus on your goals and your dreams, and you are detaching from this because you've had enough. And actually, that's the perfect process. You know, sometimes it's really hard to walk away from something, but realizing that that is the way to conduct a twin flame connection can be really hard to fathom. You know, remember the magnets, both identical in polarities, they push and pull each other. But as soon as this magnet, if we say it's the chaser, as soon as they put all that care, love, and devotion inwards, and that's exactly what you're doing right now, my beautiful Leo, that's when you change the vibration here. And this then changes the energetic exchange between the magnets. So then your person comes towards you. So you are actually going to get communication from your person. It's going to surprise you. It's not the end of this. For some of you, not all of you, but some of you, your twin may have either been in a high-level commitment or married before you met them, and there is some sort of responsibility that they had to this relationship, or this sense of guilt is what I'm being given as well. Not for all of you, but that's something that's coming through. Now, it doesn't mean that they're actually with this person, okay? What I see here with the World energy indicates your person is coming to an end of a cycle, and there is some sort of order there with that. I feel they are completing a lesson, okay? And I feel that this person, it's almost like they chose success or material things, or a way of life that is attached to money or fame or success or business. It's like I'm just being given this energy that they have a responsibility, but so do you, you know, and you could still accommodate this relationship. But this person, it's almost like they're very single-minded, and they may have been told when they were younger that they should get their career sorted before love. They should get themselves in a very stable position before love. Because this person, they strive, as it were, they strive to kind of like have something to offer. It's almost like next to you, they feel like they don't have anything to offer. And I feel there lies the imbalance in this relationship. Now, I will pull some cards on this just to clarify. Looking at the outcome energy, we do have the King of Cups. You know, so there is a lot of love here, and we've got the Tower. So this is the big reveal. This is the ego death. This is the breakdown of the relationship fully so that it can be rebuilt stronger. Also, we've got that Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles means we can save this. It is a project, but it can be savable. And I feel there is this energy of taking a leap of faith, both of you. But I feel your person, you know, they need to let their hair down. There's this energy where, I don't know, it feels like as soon as you like bring out their wild side, they kind of like try and contain it, you know? So there's something about you that brings out their spark, their passion, their excitement, and they're afraid that it's not sustainable, or they're afraid that if they give themselves fully to the relationship, then, you know, you'll really discover all about them and who they are, and they're not fully confident within themselves. They're learning to be that. So they feel that as soon as you really get to know the real them, not the facade, not the ego, then you'll walk away. That's what I'm being given in this relationship energy. You've got the Nine of Cups there, so that means that you are focusing on your sense of fulfillment, your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. But, you know, the Nine of Cups is more than that. You know, it can be that you are learning a valuable lesson, that your happiness is not tied up in another person. You know, sometimes we have to be separate so that we, you know, heal codependency traits, or that we kind of learn to stand on our own 2 feet and learn that true happiness comes from within. It is not tied up in another person, and we can never truly make another person happy. You are all that you are, and you're perfect for this person. However, there needs to be this understanding underneath that, you know, you can be happy with or without this person. Now, I do feel here that you're trying to focus on the good life, okay? Nine of Cups is about you being proud of how you conducted yourself in this relationship. You know, you did everything that was right, as it were. And there's no right or wrong when it comes to human dynamics, but I feel like you stepped up and led, and you were bold enough to reveal your feelings and speak your truth and really surrender to the process. You know, the Nine of Cups indicates that to find a solution to this relationship and heal it would be a wish come true. You know, I got to be honest with the energy, because this is how you feel about your person. And the Justice card is to find a solution, but it's also to reveal a truth and, you know, have reciprocity in the relationship, the give and take. But I feel with your person, it's almost like when they first met you, it's like you're the whole package, as I mentioned there with that World card, because this is how they feel about you. But the Ace of Wands is present, which means there's a lot of physical attraction with this person towards you. And the King of Pentacles is like, but also there's a serious undercurrent of wanting to settle down. And both of you have very serious cards. So the Ten of Pentacles indicates you wanted to settle down with this person. You saw this person as someone that you could build a life with. And the Nine of Cups is like, this was a dream relationship. So I'm asking the question, what got in the way? Okay, so we've got the Tower there, so it could be that there was some sort of shock that was experienced before you both met each other, and it ricocheted throughout each person and shaped who you are. And then you met your twin, and now you have to heal the past, the baggage. Now your person is coming to the end of that cycle, but I just need to pull a card and see a little bit more about you and them. Because it's almost like I've got 2 people here who are like, you know what, we kind of love each other, but we're fine without each other. It's fine. You know what, I'm getting on with life. You didn't hurt me. I'm moving on. It's fine. When deep down, there's a lot of love. And the depth of the connection shocks you both. So let me just pull a card on that Temperance card. Yeah, you're trying to be measured. You're trying to focus on your sense of purpose. The Temperance card indicates that you're blending your energies right now. There's fluctuations, so it can be sometimes you feel like, you know what, I'm fine. I'm just moving on with my life. Forget about you. And then the other part is like, oh my God, why did this happen? Why did I meet this person? What went down there? How can I find the truth of this? How can I find balance in this? I feel with the Temperance card, this is all about patience. And I feel like you've had a lot of patience. And there is a measure here of self-control. Because some of you beautiful Leos out there are like, wanting to send that message or wanting to reach out. But, you know, your higher self is connecting to you at this time and whispering to your heart like, no, step away. Value yourself. Remember your power. This person will come to you. And the Ace of Wands says this person will come to you. They will initiate some level of conversation or change. And I feel like they want to talk about the seriousness of the relationship or how things went down. Okay? And I feel this person, they were actually shocked by how they felt about you. Because normally this person, they're very kind of like, not on the surface. This person actually has a lot of depth to them. But what I do see is that this person, they're very flirtatious, okay? And, you know, that's just the way they conduct themselves. They are someone who on the surface has this kind of like facade, but deep down, this person wants more for their life. And the facade keeps them safe. So that means this person's been hurt in the past. Again, there's no, you know, excuses here. I will pull a card on what's gone down with your person, but we got the World card for your person. And, you know, because you've stepped away and you're not giving to this because you're getting on with your life, my beautiful Leo, you know, the World card indicates to some degree this person feels like it's over. They've suddenly like been shocked into the fact that, oh my gosh, you're not reaching out. They can feel you energetically. They don't need to have communication with you, physical communication. They can feel you because there is, you know, an unseen bond between you both. Have you ever like felt your person or thought about them and suddenly they reached out? That's because energetically you're connected, okay? Twin flames hit different, and that's why it's so challenging and often a very lonely experience. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there because twin flames, you know, they do not always reunite in each lifetime. And deep down, you kind of know that. And I feel there is this energy of wondering, will you reunite? And, you know, the Ten of Pentacles, a lot of you, beautiful Leos, are focused on your family, on loyalty at this time, your sense of responsibility. You know, Ten of Pentacles can also indicate that, you know, you're learning from this. There is a wealth of knowledge in this connection. And I feel a lot of you are being prudent with how you conduct yourself. You want security. You want a high level commitment. And actually, you attract a lot of attention. Whether you could see it or not, you do attract a lot of attention. And I do see that, you know, in the future, if you wanted to cut the cord with your person, because some of you are contemplating that right now. The cause and effect card indicates that you are stepping back, removing your presence to teach this person what it feels like to have you absent in their life. Now, this is a protective measure. I see that you're not playing a game because the Justice card is all about truth. Okay, so I feel like you're just doing what you feel is right now in order to protect yourself and focus on your life path. But this person, you know, they've got the integration card, which means this person wants to get involved again. This person, you know, they are trying to create some sort of balance and harmony in their life. And for some of you, not all of you, this person may have moved. Maybe there's physical distance or they're in a different part of the world than you. But I feel this person is going to message you about either traveling or relocating. Okay, and this person is trying to trigger a reaction, but looking at your energy, you're not about it. Okay, I feel like this person's trying to gauge a reaction, and this is obviously very immature energy. So I do see that they are trying to mature and step up with that King of Pentacles energy, but there is part of them that is still protecting their heart for some reason. And, you know, they are going to go through that ego death. We all go through an ego death, okay? Some of us more than one ego death, but, you know, the Tower energy can indicate, you know, this facade, it all comes crumbling down. And what's underneath, the root, is love with that King of Cups there, okay? So I'm going to pull a card on this World card because this is how they feel about you. And that means that you bring peace and balance to their life, that you are literally everything that they ever wanted in a person. You know, you're someone who is a bright spark, you're passionate, you're flirtatious as well, you're sensual, you're attractive. They've got the Ace of Wands there, which means that every time they meet you or see you or even think about you, that they feel, you know, a connection. There's a lot of chemistry there, and they can see a future with you in it where you like be together. You know, the King of Pentacles is serious about settling down, and the World card is like the last stop is marriage. The last stop is being in a high level commitment with their twin, because I'm clarifying how they feel about you right now. But why is it that they've stepped away? I need to see a little bit more because I just feel like I've got two people here kind of like wanting to be with each other, but at the same time stuff got in the way. Either their fears, but on the surface what I'm seeing is it's like, yeah, it's fine, it's okay. but it's not. We got the Judgment energy, okay? This person is trying to change their life. They're trying to reach for better. So again, there is a sense of either not being enough for you. Maybe they pushed you away and said that you could do better, or that, you know, they don't have anything to offer you. This Judgment energy can indicate that they're finally seeing the truth. They're having a wake-up call, and they had to also focus on their life's purpose before they could truly connect to you. And this King of Pentacles tells me that they are serious about their path, and that they are, you know, serious about settling down. Now, I have to say that you're not a light switch, my beautiful Leo. You cannot be turned off and on whenever this person decides that they want to settle down and have a relationship. You are whole all by yourself, and, you know, you are someone who is here to be loved. But this Judgment energy, it tells me this person, there's some regrets there, or they're judging their actions. Okay, and I need to pull another card because, you know, the Judgment card, it can indicate that they have been in a period of denial, but now with that lesson card right there, because the World card is a lesson card, it can indicate that they realize they made an error in judgment. They fear change is what I'm being given. And also I feel they needed stronger boundaries. Yeah, the ego death. Big changes in this person's life. They got 2 major arcana cards out of a full deck. So this person, they are changing. And people can change, but they need to do it for themselves. They cannot change for another person, because ultimately they will get distracted and they will, like, basically crumble. Let's put it that way. But the Death card indicates radical change, and also a breakdown of their usual cycle of repeat. You know, this person is looking at their bad habits and they are transforming. They are creating space for new beginnings in their life. And I feel their new beginning is something that they want with you. So with the Death card, I would say that this person is trying to change. They are putting an end to their old ways, their old patterns, their cycles of repeat. And I feel like they are heavily judging themselves and the relationship at this time, because they know that they have chosen a path that I feel was, I'm being given a word. One moment, please. My guides are giving me this word. It's coming through in the water, and they obviously want me to use this specific word. Okay, that's really, okay, it's coming through now. They made a rash decision. Oh my gosh, I was like, what is it? It's a 4-letter word. I cannot, like, make it out. It was very cloudy. They made a rash decision. Okay, I'd never imagined it would be the word rash, but anyway, they made a rash decision. So that's what my guides are giving me right now. So this person, you know, I will pull another card on it, because we have that Ace of Wands, which is a new start, and this is how they feel about you, and this is the energy for the next coming week. So I would say this person's going to send you a very flirtatious message, but it could be really cheeky, where it's about either a relocation, or let's run away and go on a vacation, or maybe they're actually messaging you from a vacation, but they're going to talk about how they feel, you know, the chemistry. And behind this message is what I'm being given is a truth. They're actually serious about it, because we've got this very sort of flirtatious, on the surface, transformative card. It is to initiate change. It is someone who is going to spark, you know, a message of their vision of their future, as it were. And as you can see, there's 2 people there. So this is the twin energy. This person's actually understanding what twin means. But, you know, I'm just not seeing this healing energy. I do see a maturing energy going on here. The Ace of Wands, I feel this person is realizing there's more depth to the connection, but they sort of pushed away and they didn't allow it. They were avoidant. When you get a Judgment card come out to clarify, it tends to mean someone was in denial, but now they see, or they made an error of judgment and now they have a wake-up call. They realize that meeting you was on purpose. There was a reason, and they can't stop thinking about you. It can be that this person, like, has literally traveled the world or had many experiences, but still they come back to you. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on there just to clarify. I just want you to see that there are 2 people on this card. This highlights the twin flame mirroring energy. So for some of you, there may have been something at the very beginning of your relationship where either you or them step back just out of, like, almost judgment, like, okay, wow, I'm falling in love here. Let me just, like, recalibrate. And there could be, like, such a minuscule change in dynamic where the other person perceived a stepping back and thought, oh my gosh, they're stepping back. I just need to protect myself. So there could be something like that that's gone on, but I will pull a card on it now. We do have that King of Pentacles. This person, you know, I do feel that they're thinking about their future right now, and they see a vision of the future with you in it. But looking at your energy, you're vibing at this high frequency right now, focusing on your sense of purpose, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and you're in a personal power where, yeah, you could make some adjustments. You would like to find a solution, but you want a truth first. I feel like you want a communication. You're not just going to rush back in with this person. So the King of Pentacles there means that on the surface, you've got that Ace of Wands, which is flirtation, it's chemistry, it's a spark, it's a reaction. But at the same time, the King of Pentacles indicates underneath the surface, there is a seriousness that this person is thinking about their life. They're thinking about where they want to be in life. They are feeling a completion. It's almost like you are home to them. But how can they go back to home when everything that went down has not been resolved? So let me just pull a card on this. Can you show me the undercurrent, why there was a separation period? Five of Swords, overthinking. This person, I feel, they try to win at all costs, but also I feel with that Five of Swords, this person has either been hurt in the past or has hurt people. I feel more than anything, this person, no matter what they did in life at the first, when they first met you, it's almost like either there was drama going on, they were conflicted, but also I feel there was a sense of defeat about this person. So either they had just come out of a relationship and they were very conflicted. It was almost like they felt like they'd failed at a relationship, or they were really wounded. Now, it's really hard to love a broken person. It's never easy. And of course, it requires patience. And you had that patience and you had that deeper understanding. And the love, the bond between you both is so strong. But twin flames, they rarely kind of speak about their pain. They kind of like hide their fears and just avoid. They're like, it's better off that way. They're normally in fight or flight mode, especially the runners. They're avoidant. We've got the Sun. So this can indicate, for some of you, Sun, this person may have had addictions. Not all of you, but some of you may have dealt with a person who had addictions, and there needed to be a very cathartic healing process, purifying, because that Sun card has someone in a bath there. But we've got the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this person, Six of Wands. I mean, I am getting the same message. This person, they fell in love with you, but they chose ego. They chose either this sense of like, what do they bring to the table? They needed to feel this sense of value that they could offer you something. So it's like they put you on a bit of a pedestal. You may not have felt like it, but in their mind, because we've got the Five of Swords, which means they're haunted by something. And this can be that their thoughts tear them down. That's what the Five of Swords is all about. It is, you know, intrusive thoughts saying you're not good enough. They're better than you. They're going to leave you. When they find out who you really are, they're going to go. Okay, and we got the Sun card. So I feel this person sees that their thoughts got in the way of this connection. But also, the Ace of Cups is telling me there's love. And I feel that either someone hurt them in the past, that's the main energy I'm getting, and that's why they feel this sense of low self-worth. I mean, on the surface, I feel like they don't show that to people, but deep down, with that Ace of Cups, this person fell in love with you, and fell in deep. That's what I'm getting here. And the Six of Wands, though, indicates that they needed to kind of like feel like they had something to offer you. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Six of Wands is all about, you know, being seen. And it is about reward, acknowledgement, recognition that you are the best at something. And I feel you actually raise them up. This is a pedestal card. But at the same time, I feel this person put you even higher and felt like they could never achieve the standards that they've got in their head to achieve, when really you just wanted their love. You wanted to be with them. So I feel there's this sense of, when this person was younger, they were told to go for a career. They were told to be the best at something or to be successful. Because I feel this person, whoever I'm tapping into, they chose success. And you are not an option. You are the choice, my beautiful Leo. So I do see a lot of you deciding perhaps not to return to this. But I will pull some cards on the outcome energy, because right now what I see is you are going to hear from your person. You are going to have some sort of communication or contact. It is going to be a flirtatious message. You may be a little bit cross because you're like, where have you been? And this is the message. There's like an on the surface message to just see if, you know, you're going to kind of like connect to it. And I feel at first you kind of like are busy. I feel like you're not really replying to this. And I feel like they'll try again with a little bit more of a serious message. They realize that they can't just have access to your life whenever they feel like it, right? So we have the Revelation card. It is the Tower card, okay? So this tells me that this person is seeing very clearly. They are having the ego death. You know, the Six of Wands that just came out is literally the pride before the fall. Okay, so I feel this person, when all is said and done, when they're alone with their thoughts, they think about you. They think about love. They think about how it went down, and they think about how can they get back to what you had, or how can they resolve this. But sometimes when a person does not see how they can reach out and make it better, they avoid. And I feel this person is summoning the courage to not avoid this anymore. And you will be shocked that you hear from this person, but we have that Tower. Now the Tower, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, this is the outcome pile, okay? The Tower has two people taking a leap of faith to overcome their fears, to reconstruct the relationship, build it back better. It can be that both parties are shocked. Both of you, when you met each other, you probably didn't intend to fall in love. There was such a magnetic draw between you both. But the Tower indicates that, you know, there is change in this relationship. And it can indicate that both parties, to some degree, whatever went down here, both of you are hurting from this. Or it can be that there was some sort of like fear of change, or fear that either one of you would leave. And the dynamic was actually to be pushed away. So in effect, it was a prophecy. So I feel there is a revelation here where both parties will have a conversation to take accountability. Because looking at the energy, you know, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which tends to mean you didn't come this far to only come this far. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Seven of Pentacles sees a person growing a beautiful bush of pentacles, and there is one pentacle on the ground. It is ripe for picking, and the rest are not. So it can indicate that this relationship, it is a process. It is on its way to being a very healthy relationship, one that both of you can invest in. However, it's not ready yet. There's still things to be learned. Now, your person, I feel, is stepping up, maturing. You know, the Seven of Pentacles here indicates that this is an evaluation period. Both parties are separate in order to work out how they feel about themselves, their path. There has to be self-love. The Ace of Cups came out there, which means this person is learning about self-love. The cup of love always starts for the self first. And this person, there's a lot of self-loathing because the Five of Swords came out first, which means this person, they tend to tear themselves down. Okay, and I feel both parties needed to be separate in order to be selfish for a while, to really reinvest in self. And the Seven of Pentacles can indicate that there is change. As you can see, there's a cobra in the middle of this card there. So it can indicate that the root cause, whether it's jealousy, whether it is insecurity, whether it is toxicity for some, it can be healed, but in time. And finally, we've got that King of Cups. Love rules. Love can save the day. However, both parties need to take accountability for actions there. The King of Cups is often the highest love that love has to offer. You know, I feel there is an energy here of supporting each other, of understanding each other. There's a lot of empathy here. And as you can see here, we have hands either side, actually. So for some of you, this could be, you know, maybe friends bringing you together, or it can be the universe giving you a helping hand to come together in union. Because I do feel there will be a union. I feel you and your person can come together, but, you know, you have to start from the ground up. Now, you're not rebuilding from scratch. You're rebuilding from experience. Both of you are accommodating each other's needs. So I'm just going to pull a card there, because I do feel that there will be a connection where you can come back together in union. But I just need to pull a quick card just to clarify. Ooh, okay. So we have the King of Pentacles. So there's your person right there. And we have the Three of Swords. This person is going to talk about how they let you down, how they hurt you, how they have been hurting as well. Three of Swords, there's a lot of pain and heartbreak. This person, I feel, had heartbreak before they met you. And this is something that was left unresolved. They were running away from it. So when you met them, oh, my guide said, look at the deck, okay? Is there a flipper? No. Okay, I'm wondering why my guide said, look at the deck. Two of Pentacles. Okay, not really sure. Okay, I'm just going to move on, and maybe my guide will give me why I have to look at the deck, because I'm not seeing a reason why at this moment in time. I'll always be honest with you. I'm not going to make something up. You know, I have to give you what my guides give me and what I see in the water there for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing a song. Could it be I'm Falling in Love? Okay. That's a very famous song. You may actually hear that song right before your person messages you. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So this tells me your person's going to reach out to you, okay? They're going to initiate communication. The Nine of Pentacles is, you know, a period of being independent. And of course, I feel this person, there was something they needed to do alone. But I also feel they're single. Nine of Pentacles tells me that they are single. So it could be that they're finally learning about, you know, how their actions broke this relationship down. King of Pentacles, they really do want to settle down. I mean, the fact that I'm clarifying the outcome energy, King of Pentacles is to be in a secure relationship. It is to settle down. It is to be serious and mature about a situation. It is about valuing the relationship. But we have the Three of Swords, which means the root cause of this separation was pain and hurt and sadness and heartbreak. And I feel this needed to be healed before you can truly be with this person. I feel, you know, it's interesting because I'm being given this energy that this person, before they met you, they found it really difficult to be alone. They may have jumped from relationship to relationship, and the universe like separated you both on purpose. So this person, you know, there may have been codependency there, but this Nine of Pentacles, you know, again, it tells me that this person was focused on their projects, or they chose work, or they chose money. They were really like playing safe in life. Okay. And I feel they were very prudent with their heart. They stepped away when they shouldn't have done. Yeah, my guide said they made a rash decision. So maybe this is something that they're literally going to write in a message, because my guides are giving me very specific words for this. But the Ace of Swords is communication. It's truth. You want the truth? I feel like you're going to get the truth from this person. And, you know, Ace of Swords indicates that there is transformation in this relationship, but there is also accountability. Ace of Swords is to achieve a level of truth and, you know, clarity in discourse or conversation that takes responsibility for actions. And I feel this is where you and your person start again. Okay, so I'll leave that there. I'm just going to get some final cards, and this is a wonderful deck. It's basically going to highlight any communication or anything that has been left unsaid. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Anything more my beautiful Leo need to know about this connection? Can you please highlight to them and show them the way? We need to at least give it a chance, and I'm trusting the divine timing. Okay, so I also feel, this came through, that your person perhaps even thought or were told by a parental figure, because I feel this person was very influenced by a masculine figure in their life, to basically be very independent, wild, and free. And I feel like they realize that they should have surrendered to love. they shouldn't have listened to that advice. But it says here, we need to at least give it a chance. And I feel this person is going to actually try and initiate that. Okay. We've also got, I'm trusting the divine timing. So, of course, you know, your person is maturing. So they feel it's time for them to really think about settling down. But what do you think, my beautiful Leo? Because this is your life as well. Looking at the energy, I feel it is going to be a process. You may even shock them by saying, you know what? I'm all good right now. King of Cups, there's still a lot of love there, but I feel you are protecting yourself at this moment and focusing on your responsibilities. Interesting that the Nine of Pentacles came out and you're in your Ten of Pentacles. So your person is playing catch up in terms of maturity and spiritual awakening. So there's lots of factors for you to take into consideration. And only you can make that decision because, you know, that's your prerogative. Thank you so much for it, guys. My angels, can you please guide? Just going to get a trinket or room before we close. Okay, so we have coins. Okay, so this person, either they chose material security over love, but, you know, love wins the day. And, of course, I feel there is a breakthrough here. This represents the Ace of Pentacles, so this can indicate a fresh new start, a healthy foundation to allow this love to grow. But also, you may find coins in unusual places to highlight that you're about to hear from your person, but the most important thing to lead with is valuing yourself. Okay, you deserve the best. So therefore, your person needs to step up or step out. And of course, we have the ladybug. Okay, now this represents good luck. Okay, but also it's split right down the middle here. So this can be that, of course, we've got the 4 dots on either side. So that can be about both parties needing a solid foundation before they can come together in union. There has to be balance there as well. So, you know, I feel you may see a logo or an actual ladybug just before you meet your person or hear from your person. But also, this could be relevant. It could be a tattoo if your person has tattoos, or perhaps you do. Thanks so much, I'm so grateful. Okay, I'm also being given that you're going to be given a message from someone in spirit, someone who's guiding you, protecting you, and pay close attention to how you feel when you see these symbols. So if you see a coin or find a coin unusually in an odd place, or a ladybug comes on in, be mindful of your thoughts. What are you thinking of in that moment? Because that could be an answer for you. That could be an actual revelation for you there as well. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Leo. I hope something resonates. Thank you so much, and love and light.